Well, just shake your hands first of all, get the blood moving, and get your fingers, get the blood moving into your fingers and your hands and your wrists and all that sort of stuff, because we're going to start clapping. Don't want to do it with cold hands, do we? And okay, the rhythm we're going to be using today is going to be. Last time we did the bossa, not the bossa, the son clave, which is a 3/2 Cuban clave. And today we are going to do the bossa nova clave. Some people say it's not really a clave; it's just a rhythmic pattern. It's used by bossa nova musicians, especially drummers, to tap along, and it's a little bit like the 3/2 son clave, except the last beat is a quaver later. So if you can read that, that's great, and otherwise just wait for me to clap a few patterns and then join in. Can they just stick your thumbs up if you can see that on the screen? Because yeah, good, okay. And let's just get this going. So you should be able to hear the metronome, and we're just going to get our feet going left, right, or right, left if you want. Just in time with that, left, right, and then after 4 I'm going to clap that rhythm and you can join in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Da, ba, 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 ba. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2. One more. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1. There we go. The bossa nova clave from Brazil, and apparently invented by Antonio Carlos Jobim. And although he reckons that he just came up with this little pattern for a couple of songs, but it got taken over by percussionists and everyone else. So that's great. Anyway, just try that next time you're walking through the park. Just walking along at 120 beats a minute and clapping at the same time. Always a good thing to do. Right, we're going to now start to warm up the instruments. So I'm just going to play some notes on my guitar. The key today is C minor, concert C. So I'm going to just play the note C, and you can play some long tones on your instrument or some little short scale scales or twiddle. Just something that will warm up your particular instrument and your fingers and your lips and so on. So here we go, and I won't use the metronome, I'm just going to pluck away. So let's have a minute of, just get my timer out, let's have a minute of long notes. And there we go. So that's about a minute there of breathing into your instrument or plucking those strings and helping to warm us all up. Right, the next thing we're going to do is, as always, the chromatic scale, although I did mention last time we're just going to modify it slightly. So we're going to go up it much more slowly this time, but I'll give you the pattern. For every note, that'll be the first note, concert C, we're then going to follow it by a semitone below and then back to that first note before moving up a semitone and doing it again. So it will be something like this. That's the first one, then up and up again, and so on. So we're going to work our way up from C, concert C, up to an octave higher, and using that little chromatic pattern. So everyone get ready with your respective instruments, and just do need to concentrate on the notes, because it's possible to get lost with this one. Especially as you're going up and down and then moving up a bit more. So just watch out for that. But here we go. I'm going to put the metronome on. 1, 2, 3, ha. Next. And again. One more. Now hopefully everybody arrived at the octave at the same time. We'll do that again, and you might it might be easy on some instruments and harder on others. Certainly if you're using a lot of breathing, it's a lot longer to play. So take some breaths. Here we go. Same again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. Good. Okay, hopefully everyone got there at the top. And just to finish off, we'll just do the good old straightforward chromatic scale. Just going from concert C up to the octave at the same speed. So just one note for each position. Here we go. One note for each note. I think that's what I meant. Here we go. Just a normal chromatic scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, no, I got there one note early. I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there we are, that's the chromatic scale. Okay, oh, we've played every note. So, right, excellent. We're going to move on now. We've done our clapping, we've done our chromatic scale and long tones. We're going to move on to the sheet. And today's scale, as I've mentioned in the email, is C minor. That's a little vague, because there are lots of minors. And so what I've done, looks like an awful lot of scales, but we'll break it down and create a little exercise where you can play all these scales one after the other. Now we're just going to do them one at a time, but you'll see the difference between the natural minor, which is the one I really had in mind, the harmonic minor, the melodic minor, and the Dorian minor. There are others as well, but you know, you can only go so far. And it is only just a warm-up really, not a lesson on minor scales. So let's just look at the first one anyway. This is the natural minor scale, C, concert C, natural minor. And It's the relative minor to E flat major, the one that's 3 semitones up. So it's the same notes as E flat major, but starting on C. So anyway, just read it on the screen or follow the tab pattern. We're just going to do bar 1 just once. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just going to slow that down slightly. Bar 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one more time, 3, 4. There we have it. So that's the natural minor. Now, the harmonic minor, bar 2, there's only one difference, and that is that the last but one note, the 7th, is raised a semitone in concert from B flat to B, but other instruments you'll see on the screen. So it's the last but one note, the 7th, which has been raised a semitone. So let's play that. So it's exactly the same as the previous one, except for the penultimate note. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can hear the difference at the end there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And one more time. 3, 4. So that's the harmonic minor with that major 7 and a big leap from the 6th note as well. Now, to close the gap between the 6th and the 7th, we have the melodic minor. So we're now going to raise the 6th note of the scale by a semitone, and that gives us the melodic minor scale. So it's only one note different from the harmonic minor. The 6th of the scale is now a little bit higher, one semitone higher, a bit more precise, just a little bit. So let's play bar number 3, the melodic minor scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Last time. 3, 4. Yep, so you see where this is going, except that the last one is slightly different again only one note different to the previous one. So the melodic minor we've just played. Now if you flatten the 7th note, you'll get the Dorian scale. So we're now going to play the previous scale again, but just flatten the last but one note, and you'll get the so-called Dorian minor scale. Let's play that. Bar 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, metronome. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. There we go. So they've all got similar starts, but they've all got different endings. In particular, the 6th and 7th of the scales are the two that have been varying over the last 4 bars. So let's move on to the descending now. We're just going to go through each of those just a couple of times. It might be something you want to take away and look at more closely. So, but here we go. Dorian scale. We're going to go in reverse this time. So second line, descending the Dorian scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's move on to the second one now, the melodic minor scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sounds like the major coming down. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the scale that classical musicians traditionally play natural minor coming down. So, but we're playing melodic minor. Let's move on to the harmonic minor, third bar of the second line, descending. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then just to finish, the natural minor, so the fourth bar of the second line, we're back to the very first scale. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. That's warmed up the mind, if not anything else. So with a lot of thinking there about the minor scales. So they're all very similar, but different at the same time, with a different sort of sound, a different mood, a different feel. So okay, let's move on now. We're just going to look at the natural minor scale on its own now. Just a couple of exercises for warming up. And first of all, we're going to do the natural minor in ascending thirds. So in other words, we're going to start on the root note, go up a third, then go back to the next note in the scale and go up another third, and creating the particular pattern on the scale on the screen you see there. So we're going to do the first two bars first of all, so bars 9 and 10. And bars 9 and 10. So on the third line of the sheet, and we're doing bars 9 and 10, or the first two, if you can see that small print, 9 and 10. Natural minor in ascending thirds. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course you can carry that going pattern for until you run out of notes on your instrument, and it can be applied to any scale as well. Okay, we're going to move on now to the third and fourth bars in this line, and the natural minor in descending thirds. So we're coming down in thirds. The thirds vary between major and minor thirds because of the nature of the scale itself and the different intervals that make up the particular scale. So it's not always one major or minor, it's a mixture. But you can sometimes pick them out by looking at the music or looking at the notes you're playing to see if they are major or minor. Okay, so we're doing bars 3 and 4 of the third line. Here we go, after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. La, 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 da, and one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's your natural minor scale in different ways of practicing it to warm up. Good, so it's giving us in our head lots of sounds of the third. But being a minor scale, C minor, we're interested in just really the minor third now. So we're just looking at the basic minor third, the interval at the bottom of the scale, which actually defines it as being a minor scale. It's that difference from the root note to the third. If it's a minor third, it's a minor scale, and that's it. Whatever the top bit does, like we saw with all those other minor scales. So we're looking at bar 13 on the sheet now, second line from the bottom. So we've just got those crotchets. Now, songs that start in a minor third to help us recognise minor thirds. You can stick one or two in the chat box if you think of one, but Georgia is one that sprung to mind. There are a lot of blues songs which start in a minor third. It's a very bluesy sort of sound. And also, from The Sound of Music, that one where they sing da da, hello, farewell, goodbye, wherever it is, that one. I can't think of the title. That's a lot of minor thirds. Da 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 da. That one. So that's how you recognise a minor third. Just match it to a familiar tune that you know. Right, so we're going to do bar 13, the first bar of the line, just those 4 crotchets. So, now I can't help looking, we've got a suggestion. You probably all saw that before I did. Chorus of Hallelujah. Okay, all right, take your word for that. I don't know that one, but I will look it up later. Here we go. So, metronome back up to speed. First bar, just looped. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a breath if you're on a wind instrument. Down again. Last time. Well, that straight away reminded me of Spoonful, the old blues song. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, moving on to the second bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. Guitarists, are you stretching your fingers from 3 to 6? One more time. There we go. Okay, sticking with the minor third interval. The rhythm in the third bar along now. Okay, we're going to play loop that one. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 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 3, 4. One more time. 1, 2, and 3, 4. You might recognise that because that was the first bar of our clapping pattern. Just written differently on the screen, but nevertheless it was 1, 2, and 3, 4. Now let's do the fourth bar. So that'll be da 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 da. Looped. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and 1. 1. Last time, and 1. Now let's pair those two up. So we're going to make those two, the last 2 bars we've just done, a 2-bar phrase pattern. So let's play those 2 bars together and loop them as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does singing help? I'm not sure. Helps me. I'm not sure it helps you, but okay, we're on to the last line now, and the little rhythm there in the first bar. So that'll be ba da 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 da. It always helps to clap and clap the rhythm. Internalize it first, perhaps singing or clapping. So first bar, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Okay, second bar. We're bringing in a couple of semiquavers. Yes, semiquavers here. So this will be maybe worth clapping first. Da 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 dun dun da 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 dun dun da 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 dun. Okay, so let's play the second bar, and just play it once first of all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and again 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's loop it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 dee dee da 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 dee dee da 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 dee dee da. Last time. And stop. Okie dokie. Okay, we're on to this triplet. We had this last time, I think, or the time before. Yes, playing 3 beats in the space of 4. Not easy, but let's clap it first of all. I'm just going to, and this is partly for my own edification. So I'm just going to do the first bar of those 2 first of all. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's now apply it to the instrument. A bit more to think about now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last time. Now bar 4, I think that's straightforward enough because it's just literally on beats 1 and 3. So we're going to do bars 3 and 4 now as a loop. So this will be the last of our rhythmic patterns. So bars 3 and 4 of the last line on your sheet of paper or screen, and we're going to loop it. So after 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. One more time after this. Here we go. 1. And finish on that concert C. Good, good, good. Okay, we've just got the strumming to go. We're running a little bit over time at the moment, so if you do have to go, then that's absolutely fine. We're just going to finish off with the strumming part of the, well, I say I'm going to be doing the strumming, you're going to be doing whatever you like. And here are the chords for your relevant instrument, and it's actually an extract. It's the first 8 bars from the tune Blue Bossa, which some of you will know, an old early 60s kind of, it's a jazz tune, but it's based on sort of bossa nova ideas, and you could clap the bossa nova clave to it. You can use the any of the natural minors to improvise over it. It is a natural minor scale, but sorry, any of the other minor scales you can also use with a bit of care. But it's essentially in C minor, as you can tell. So I'm going to strum the chords. You can strum along as well, or just practice your arpeggios, or play chord tones, or just improvise wildly, or just generally chill out. So let's just go around that little chord progression. 1 bar per strumming pattern in a kind of Latin-y style. 1, 2, 3, 4. F minor. Back to the top. Go around one more time. 3, 4. Finish on the C minor. Okay, and there's the first 8 bars of the song Blue Bossa. Okay, good. Okay, well, we've finished the session for this morning. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming along and putting up with me hitting the wrong button at the beginning. But anyway, it's going to be recorded on YouTube. I'll edit that bit out as well.
I bet you will.
And actually, I think it's a separate recording. Zoom's pretty clever that way. It knows where people hit the wrong button. So good. Right, we'll be back next week, of course. And if you're coming to Freddie Freeloader's Jazz Jam, similar sort of Zoom session with the play-along tracks on Sunday, don't forget to wear a hat, because it's Hat Day. So it'd be nice to see you all wearing different hats underneath your headphones. But right, if you want to unmute yourself and say goodbye to everybody, that would be great. And
bye, Robin, bye, Chris, bye, Dave. Thank you. You take care. Bye. Have a good week. Be safe.
Bye then. Bye then.
Many thanks. Many thanks.
Bye, everybody. Thank you very much.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
See you then.
Going to leave.
Thanks very much.
Yeah. Bye then. Bye. And 5, 4, 3. Yeah. See you, Peter. See you, Robert.